Oh, so nice and steamy. I don't know if you can see that, but this is literally so amazing. I'm telling you, it is so good. Do it. This vegan tofu scramble is the perfect breakfast to fuel your day because it has so much protein from the tofu, lots of fiber and nutrients from the vegetables that you choose, and you can always put it on toast or in a breakfast burrito, but no matter how you choose to serve these vegan scrambled eggs, you're going to love them no matter what. So if you've had tofu scramble in the past and really just mashed up some tofu and threw some spices together in a pan, well, that is not what we're doing today. We're gonna make it a little bit more interesting by adding some fresh, colorful vegetables to really up the flavor profile. Today, I'm using green peppers, red peppers, onion, and fresh parsley, mainly because that's literally the only vegetables I have left in my fridge because we're leaving town tomorrow. So the first thing that you do to make your tofu scramble is to chop all of your vegetables. I first start with the onion because I like to saute that by itself first before adding in the other vegetables, but today I'm going to use a yellow onion, but you can really use whatever kind of onion you want. And I pretty much just add it because, well, I love onions and they make everything taste better in my opinion. So next I'm going to chop up my green peppers and red peppers. I really like to add peppers to my plate to give it lots of color. It gives it a little bit more texture as well, and I just really like the flavor of peppers. Also, peppers just have a bunch of vitamin C, more so than an orange, so that's always great for your health. So last I'm going to chop the parsley because, well, I put it in the very last, and then I'll also sprinkle some on the top at the end. I love adding fresh herbs because it truly ups the flavor profile. Add some parsley to your tofu scramble, you won't regret it. All right, so the next thing that you're gonna do is prepare your tofu. All you need is 1 block of firm tofu, and the great thing about this recipe is that you don't even have to press the tofu or spend extra time doing that. You just have to drain it and then crumble it into little pieces with your fingers, and then you can mash it with a fork or use your hands so that it can resemble the scrambled egg texture that you know and love. Look at that. Looks like some scrambled eggs. Scrambled egg whites is what it looks like right now. Next, you're going to season the tofu with a bunch of delicious spices to give it the flavor of scrambled eggs. And we start with nutritional yeast. I like to use non-fortified just because I prefer that taste better than like the fortified kind, but you can use whatever kind you want. So you're going to add in the nutritional yeast to give it a more cheesy flavor. That's why I like to add it, so highly recommend it. And next we're adding in turmeric to give it the nice yellow color. Definitely add black pepper to get all the benefits. Black pepper with turmeric makes it activate or whatever. I don't know, that's just like what everybody says, so I'm going with it. All right, so next we have garlic powder that I add to literally just about everything because it tastes so good and makes everything better. So we're gonna add about 1 teaspoon of this. So next I have this Trader Joe's onion salt, mainly because I ran out of my onion powder, so I'm only adding half a teaspoon of this. Just because it has a little bit of salt added into it. And finally, the most important ingredient of this entire dish. If you forget this, it will not taste like scrambled eggs. So this is called black salt, also Kala Namak. I think that's how you say it. But you're gonna use about half a teaspoon of this. You can honestly use anywhere from like 1/4 of a teaspoon up to 1 teaspoon, depending on like how you want it. You can like do a little taste test while you're cooking it and sprinkle more in if you want. And then we're gonna add some black pepper in just because I like pepper in my eggs, and again, it'll activate the turmeric to give you all the nice little benefits that everybody talks about. And then once you have all the spices and tofu in your bowl, you're just gonna mix it all together until it's nice and combined. Also, like as you cook it, it gets more yellow. Like it's not gonna be super yellow right now, but like when it's done, it will be yellow, trust me. I make this a lot because it's so good. Next, we're going to saute our vegetables, starting with the onions, and I just put them into my cast iron skillet, and I don't use any oil. Sometimes I'll use water, but typically it doesn't need it. And I let them saute until they're nice, translucent, and soft. Then I'll add in the rest of my vegetables. All right, so actually I decided to add in a few cloves of garlic minced, so I'm gonna do that. So now that our onions are nice and translucent and I added in those cloves of garlic, I'm going to add in the peppers and saute those with the onions. So our onions are nice and caramelized, and then our peppers are like the perfect texture to keep a nice little crunch before they get too soft. So now we're gonna add in our tofu scramble. So once you have the tofu in the pan with the vegetables, you're just gonna mix it all together. You can add more seasonings if you want, based on your preference. If you wanna like taste as you go, that's fine. Add whatever you want. See, I told you it gets super yellow as you cook it. There we go. Nice and yellow. Looks like scrambled eggs now. Wow. So you just wanna mix this until the tofu gets nice and heated through and it turns this beautiful yellow color. And then once that happens, you can add in some of your parsley, saving some to garnish with the top. Once it's all nice and heated through, you're going to remove it from the heat and then you can transfer it into a bowl or a plate and garnish it with the extra parsley that we have. So this vegan tofu scramble is obviously so delicious as is, but if you really want to amp it up, you can always add it to toast, avocado toast, or my absolute personal favorite is adding it in a breakfast burrito with some salsa and avocado in it as well. It is so good, you should try it. Oh, so nice and steamy. I don't know if you can see that, but this is literally so amazing. I'm telling you, add the fresh parsley to your tofu scramble. You won't regret it. Like, it is so good. So if you enjoyed this vegan tofu scramble recipe and you're looking for some more vegan breakfast, you're definitely gonna wanna check out this vegan cinnamon roll recipe. It is so decadent and delicious. Or you're gonna wanna check out this video about my top 3 easy vegan breakfast recipes. But meanwhile, I'm gonna be eating my tofu scramble.